So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to load up the preview of the index.html page. So I'm going to come here, I'm going to right click on this index.html file, and I'm going to, or command click I guess on Macs, and I'm going to preview the file. So it's going to let you do a preview right there. Preview this. In CodePen it does it for you. Again, you don't have to do this yourself, it just does it for you. And it should look something like this. If you don't have this, you might have done a few things wrong. Don't worry if you did, it's not a big deal. Now the idea behind this app is I want to be able to type an artist name in here. So pick an artist. Shakira. Shakira or Beyonce. Or, what was that, Billie Eilish? What's her name? Billie Eilish. Billie Eilish. I really do not know how to spell her name.
Double L.
Double L? E-L-L? That, like that? I did not know that, but maybe. Now, if I open this in a new browser like this, in a new screen, I can control click and I can inspect element. The reason why I want to do this is because I want to look at what data the API is returning whenever I ask for information from it. And that is what we're going to do in this project. We're going to get some data from the iTunes API, and then we're going to make it appear on the screen. And so to do that, I have to figure out what does the iTunes API do. And so I'm going to type in iTunes API. And now if you remember from our previous lessons, an API is just what's known as an application programming interface, but really it's just a way to get data by going to a link. Yeah, and the way we do that is by using the fetch function, which I'm going to do in a second. Just go to any link. So there's a lot of links that give you data. Yeah, you just get data from a link. That's exactly it. And you can actually see a bunch of examples here. So if you want to look up images or songs or movies or albums, the iTunes API will allow you to do that pretty easily. You just go to, I think, hold on, this actually might not be the right one. Let me just make sure. iTunes Search API, I think this is the one where I found the information before. Yeah, here you go. So it should give you a link right here, just like this. No, that was the right one. You just type in itunes.apple.com/search and use this question mark to pass in some information. So I'm going to show you how to do this right now. Is that cool with everybody?
Yes.
Okay, great. So in my index.html, I have a input. I'm also going to add a button below that. That button is going to have an ID of submit.
Wait.
You want me to wait? What's up? Now, it's loading the script.js down there, which means all the JavaScript we put in here should work on this page. And so to figure that out, I'm going to create some variables. I'm going to say let button equal document.querySelector, and I gave it an ID of submit. And I'm going to say let input equal document.querySelector, what I call that, search maybe? Something like that? Let me just make sure. Don't need that. Yeah, I called it search. And then I need the output has an ID of output. So let output equal document.querySelector output. And again, I will put all of this code into Slack for you, so if you're lost, don't trip too much. Now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to tell the button to have an event listener. That means it listens, it sits there and waits for an event. Now the event I want it to wait for is a click. And whenever it gets clicked on, I want it to take that event and pass it into this function that is going to run the get data from iTunes function. Let's just make that capital iTunes. And so this function, get data from iTunes, is going to go to the URL that has all the data. It's going to fetch it. It's going to bring it back to me. We're going to turn it into JSON or JavaScript that we can use, and then we're going to turn that JavaScript into HTML. Cool? Here's how we do that. We're going to fetch it, but first we have to make the URL that we want to fetch from. So we say let URL equal, or var URL, that works too. Either of them works. And we're going to say, we're going to paste in the link. It was https://itunes.apple.com/search, and then there's a question mark right there. That question mark is just to say, hey, I'm going to add some information to the end of this. So the term I want to search for is whatever the user types into the search input. So I'm going to say plus input dot value because I named it input right there. Cool? Now, if you're not sure what this is doing here, you can always just console.log what the URL looks like to see it. But I don't need to do that for now. We're going to fetch the URL, and it's going to go get all the data, and then it's going to send the data back. And when the data comes back, as soon as it comes back, we're going to turn it into JSON, which is JavaScript that we can use in our application. So we're going to take that JSON, and I'm just going to console.log it so I know what it looks like. And then I'm going to catch any errors that we might have, and I'm going to console.log the error. So this is my whole app so far. And this is really all you need to get this thing started. It's about 18 lines. All of it is stuff we have seen before, but if you're a little lost in any of it, it's cool. I'll explain it in a second. The thing you do want to notice, though, is when you refresh the preview, oh, you know what? I didn't put anything inside that button. I should probably say search inside that button. So when the user comes to this page, it'll at least say search on that button so they know what they're searching for. And if I want to make that button look nicer, I can give it a class equals btn, and it'll look a lot nicer. See how it says search there? Now, if I enter an artist name in here like Shakira, and I click search, I should see some data. Now, it's being blocked, but this is what the link is trying to go to. https itunes.apple.com/search !term equals Shakira. Now, the reason why it's being blocked is because our school doesn't allow you to search things up. There is a little way to hack around that. It's by using this link called Cores Anywhere. I'll just send you this link on Slack because it'll make your life easier. You just have to put this in front of your URL and it'll get rid of those errors. Now, I could explain this whole thing to you, but it's honestly not even worth it. All you need to do is say this. Let cores equal, and then put that link in front of it, and say fetch cores plus URL. And that should actually work a lot better. I'll put let cores equal. Now, once you do this, and you run this again, I'm going to click Shakira, type it in, click search, and I should get some data to pop up here. Cool. I have a bunch of data. Let's look at what iTunes is sending me back. You ready? They're sending me back 50 results from the iTunes API. All about Shakira. Let's see. So each one of these is a song. See how it says kind equals song? Oh, one of them is a movie. So a movie with Shakira in it, maybe. Cool. So let's take a look at the first one, right? In the first one, the artist name is Shakira. There's some artwork. Ooh, we got to look at the artwork. Am I right?
Sure. I know what it is.
It says not explicit. That's good. The collection, I think, is just the album.
Why doesn't it have like the name?
The price, I think it does have the name somewhere. Let's see. Here it is. Track censored name. Hips Don't Lie featuring Wyclef Jean. That's the name of the song. Hips Don't Lie. Ooh, baby, when you talk like that. That one. You know what I'm talking about? Hell yeah. Oh, the movie, I think it's in there somewhere. Let me see the movie. It's right here. The movie is, I think it's it's the Zootopia movie. Yeah, Zootopia. She has a song in Zootopia, I guess. Or maybe she's an actress. I don't know.
I see the voice actor.
Oh, she's a voice actor. Amazing. She's the gazelle.
She's in like 7 movies.
Good for her. Girl be working. Now, what we want to do is we want to take all this data and we want it to appear on the screen. To do that, I'm going to add 3 things. Are you ready? Actually, you know what? I'm going to get everyone this code right now, so if you're lost, you can get caught up to me. And then we're going to add all of this data to our page as HTML in a second. Is that all right with y'all?
Sorry to interrupt.
Great.
So banning these Christian